How are you this week? My name's Mr. John, and this is where I share with you three of my favorite movies. They're hidden gems, and hopefully after watching them, they become family favorites of yours as well. Just like every week, parents, it's up to you to research these movies, see what's appropriate to play in your house. Here's a couple resources for doing that. And also, I double check the web to make sure that all of these movies are available streaming online. You can find them on YouTube, Netflix, Amazon Prime, Hulu, some different places. You might have to pay a couple bucks for them, but they're all available online. So without further ado, let's get right into it with our first pick. So for most of my movie picks, I've been trying to stay away from really popular movies or even recent new release movies. I figured you folks already know about that. I try to share with you some hidden gems that maybe you've never seen, maybe you've never heard before. And because of that, I've stayed away from Pixar movies. Now, we all love Pixar movies. They're great animated movies, but I figure most families are familiar with them. And you've seen everything from Toy Story to Coco. But as I started thinking about this week's pick, I kept going back to one of my favorite Pixar movies. And it was made all the way back in 1998. That's 22 years ago. So I figured maybe you forgot about it or maybe you haven't seen it. So this week's animated pick is A Bug's Life. A Bug's Life is the story of a colony of ants that's busy preparing for the winter by collecting and storing food. But they need to collect food for more than just themselves, because a gang of mean grasshoppers have bullied them into collecting food for them as well. Fearing they can't collect enough food in time, misfit ant Flick decides to go off in search of warrior bugs that will help stand up to the grasshoppers once and for all. There's only one problem. Flick mistakes a group of circus performers for actual fighting warriors, who they think have been booked for a performance and have no idea that he expects them to fight the grasshoppers. But they turn out to have just the right stuff to help the ants fight the grasshoppers after all. And Flick gets to prove that he's a hero at heart. I love this movie for all the characters, especially Flick. Flick is my favorite Pixar movie character. I like him so much that on Disney Plus, his picture is my profile picture. Flick is the ultimate optimist. He always sees the best in every situation, and he always wants to help others, even if he's not that good at it. The circus bugs are so funny. They each have their own particular personality. I really enjoy Heimlich, the always hungry caterpillar, and Manny, the very theatrical praying mantis magician. As always, Pixar does an amazing job casting all the voice actors to portray all these different characters. This all-star cast includes the likes of David Foley, Kevin Spacey, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, Phyllis Diller, Richard Kind, Dennis Leary, Jonathan Harris, Madeline Kahn, David Hyde Pierce, Bonnie Hunt, John Ratzenberger, Brad Garrett, Roddy McDowall, and even Edie McClurg, just to name a few. If you've ever been to Disney's California Adventure, then you probably remember A Bug's Land. A Bug's Land was built in 2002, and it only lasted until 2018. They're tearing it down to make way for Avengers Campus. But I loved Bug's Land. We used to take our kids there all the time when they were little, and it made you feel like you were the size of a bug. You could ride a Heimlich train or spin in a Francis the Ladybug ride, or even meet Flick himself. This is my favorite Pixar movie. I know it's older. It's the second movie they came out with. It's 20 years ago. The animation is so much better in newer movies. But I love this movie. I love the characters. I love the story. I love Flick's determination and how he is just bound, no matter what the odds are, to go out and get what needs to be done. I love it, and I hope you will too. Well, if all that talk about A Bug's Life and A Bug's Land make you want to see what it's like to be small, like the size of a bug, then you're going to love this next movie. It's Disney's Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. This movie is about Professor Wayne Szalinski, a bumbling inventor working on a machine that will miniaturize things. After a few setbacks, Wayne thinks his machine is a bust, but it actually works. It works so well that he shrinks his kids and the neighbor kids. Then Wayne mistakenly sweeps them up and throws them out with the trash. Now these bug-sized buddies must make the dangerous trip all the way across the yard to tell the professor his invention actually works and get him to make them big again. This movie was made over 30 years ago, but all the effects and the miniaturization really look good. The actors look as if they're actually running through a jungle in the backyard while fighting off huge ants and riding around on bumblebees. There's one scene that looks so much fun to make where the kids get stuck in a bowl of cereal and they're using Cheerios like big pool floaties. This is a really fun movie. It's great for all ages. If you like it, you can check out. They made a couple sequels, didn't do so well at the box office, and some went straight to DVD. But you check out their other titles like Honey, I Blew Up the Kid and Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves. They're actually rebooting this movie, and it stars Josh Gad. Josh Gad, you know from Olaf in Frozen. Well, he plays Wayne Szalinski's kid all grown up with a shrinking machine of his own. And now he has to call on his dad, Rick Moranis, to come and help him get the kids back to normal size. Should be coming out in a couple of years. We've gone from a movie about bugs to a movie about being the size of a bug to now a movie about a frog, a pig, and a bear. This week's musical pick is The Muppet Movie. The film depicts Kermit the Frog as he embarks on a cross-country trip to make it big in Hollywood. Along the way, he meets up with some familiar friends who all share the same ambition of finding success in professional show business. All this while being pursued by Doc Hopper, an evil restaurateur with intentions of employing Kermit as a spokesperson for his frog legs business. The Muppet Movie came out in 1979, and it was the first time that these furry, friendly creatures ventured from the small screen to the large screen in what would become a slew of sequels. This was the first, and in my opinion, it's the best. The Muppet Movie has everything that we have come to know and love in a movie with Muppets, like all the crazy, zany Muppets, star-studded cameos, and a lot of fun music. Two of my favorite scenes in this movie are watching Kermit and Miss Piggy ride through a park on bicycles, and when Kermit and Fozzie the Bear meet up with Dr. Teeth and the band for a musical montage as the band helps camouflage the guy's Studebaker. Whether you're a lover, a dreamer, or me, this movie is bound to put a smile on your face as you watch these guys try to find the rainbow connection. Well, friends, another week and another 3 movies. I hope you spend this weekend and watch some of these movies. Feel free to come back and comment down below. Let me know what you thought of the movies. And as always, I need you to click like and subscribe to stay informed on everything happening on this channel.